Confucius, A Life of Wisdom and Harmony, read and published by Mr. Books. Confucius, the esteemed Chinese philosopher, holds a pivotal position in the annals of history, his teachings resonating through centuries and shaping not only Chinese society, but also influencing various global philosophical thoughts. Born during the period known as the Spring and Autumn period, circa 551–479 BCE, Confucius emerged as a beacon of wisdom during tumultuous times, characterized by moral decay and social discord. He articulated a vision of a harmonious society grounded in ethics, proper conduct, and respect for familial ties. This book, Confucius, A Life of Wisdom and Harmony, seeks to explore the life, teachings, and enduring legacy of Confucius, illuminating how his philosophies remain relevant in contemporary society. Confucius's philosophy emphasizes virtues such as benevolence, ren, righteousness, yu, propriety, li, ai, and wisdom, zi, which together form the cornerstone of his thoughts. His belief in the importance of moral integrity and the cultivation of one's character has made a profound impact on individuals and societies over the centuries. Through extensive dialogues, likening the process of learning to a lifelong journey, Confucius encouraged societal leaders and commoners alike to seek knowledge and personal growth. The historical context surrounding Confucius was fraught with political tumult and social upheaval. As various states vied for power, Confucius sought to restore order and promote a return to the moral values espoused by earlier dynasties. His teachings inspired a myriad of followers, leading to the establishment of Confucianism as a guiding philosophy for governance, personal conduct, and societal relationships. This book is structured to provide a comprehensive examination of Confucius's life and work. The first section will offer a historical overview of the era in which he lived, setting the stage for his philosophical contributions. Subsequent chapters will delve into the core tenets of his teachings and their profound influence on Chinese culture and beyond. We will explore case studies to illustrate how Confucian principles manifest in various societal contexts, as well as address criticisms that have arisen over time regarding his doctrine. A significant aspect of this exploration will be the modern implications of Confucian thought. As societies worldwide grapple with issues of ethics, leadership, and social harmony, the importance of Confucius's teachings has come to the forefront. The book will culminate in a discussion of Confucius's legacy, emphasizing its relevance in both Eastern and Western spheres. By understanding Confucius not merely as an historical figure, but as a philosophical giant whose ideas promote wisdom and harmony, we can appreciate the continuing influence of his thoughts on contemporary life. Through this examination, Confucius, A Life of Wisdom and Harmony, endeavors to revive and elevate the conversation surrounding one of history's most profound thinkers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to support the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an audiobook that could change your life. Now, let's begin. Enjoy. Chapter 1. The historical context of Confucius. Confucius lived during the Spring and Autumn period, a time marked by fragmentation in China's political landscape. The Zhou dynasty, which had established a feudal system, was slowly losing its control over various states that began asserting their independence. This disunity led to a series of conflicts known as the Warring States period, where power struggles and warfare were rampant. Amidst this chaos, society experienced a moral crisis as traditional values eroded, creating a fertile ground for Confucius's ideas. Confucius was born in the state of Lu, an area that today encompasses parts of Shandong province. His early life was marked by hardship. His father died when he was just 3 years old, leaving his family in poverty. Despite these challenges, Confucius pursued education fervently becoming a diligent student of the classics and ancient rites. His early exposure to works from earlier thinkers allowed him to develop his thoughts on morality, ethics, and governance. The socio-political structures of the time were heavily influenced by the concepts of filial piety and the role of the gentleman, Junzi, which shaped Confucius's teachings. A gentleman, according to Confucian ideals, was not defined by birth or wealth, but rather by his moral integrity, respect for laws, and commitment to serving society. Confucius sought to cultivate this ideal gentleman among the ruling class, believing that a virtuous government could lead to a harmonious society. As Confucius embarked on his journey as a teacher and philosopher, he encountered various feudal lords, offering his counsel on effective governance. His advocacy for moral leadership was, however, often met with resistance. Many rulers prioritized power and military strength over ethical governance. Nevertheless, Confucius remained steadfast in his beliefs, articulating that the key to societal harmony lay in the ruler's ability to embody virtue and wisdom. Confucius's teachings gained traction among his disciples, a group that would later play a crucial role in propagating his ideas. The Analects, a compilation of his sayings and dialogues, emerged from these teachings and remains one of the foundational texts of Confucian philosophy. Through these dialogues, readers gain insight into Confucius's thoughts on education, governance, familial relationships, and ethical behavior. His method often involved asking probing questions, encouraging his students to think critically and arrive at their own understandings. The historical period's instability provided ample occasions for Confucius to refine his teachings, emphasizing the need for social harmony through a deep understanding of morality. He advocated for a return to ancient Zhou principles, which he believed upheld justice and etiquette. This yearning for a bygone era, known as the Golden Age, reflects his desire for a society built on mutual respect and moral rectitude. In conclusion, the historical backdrop of Confucius's life shapes not only his philosophy, but also the evolution of Confucianism as an enduring influence on Chinese culture. Understanding this context allows us to appreciate the depth of his ideas and their implications for societal development. This chapter lays the foundation for further exploration of Confucius's core teachings and their application in both ancient and modern contexts. Chapter 2: Core Teachings and Philosophy. Confucius's teachings are grounded in a few fundamental concepts that together form the bedrock of Confucianism. At the heart of his philosophy lies the notion of Ren, benevolence or kindness, which embodies the ideal moral disposition one should cultivate. Ren reflects the essence of humanity and emphasizes interpersonal relationships, urging individuals to be compassionate, empathetic, and considerate towards others. Another central tenet of Confucian philosophy is Li, ritual propriety, which refers to the proper conduct and rituals that govern social interactions. Confucius strongly believed that ritual practices not only promote social order, but also serve as expressions of respect and reverence for traditions. In this sense, Li is intertwined with Ren, as the proper expression of kindness often necessitates adherence to social norms and customs. The concept of Fei, filial piety, also plays a crucial role in Confucius's philosophy. Xiao defines the respect and devotion one should exhibit towards family, particularly towards one's parents and ancestors. This value reinforces the importance of family as the foundation of society, emphasizing the interconnectedness of social relationships and the duties individuals owe to one another. In conjunction with these ideas, Confucius enunciated the notion of the Junzi, or the superior person, who embodies all these virtues and serves as a moral exemplar within society. The Junzi seeks personal growth through education, reflection, and ethical living, aiming to influence others positively through their actions and character. Moreover, Confucius championed the significance of education as a means of moral development. He argued that education should not merely be focused on rote memorization, but should encourage critical thinking and ethical reasoning. In emphasizing the importance of learning, Confucius recognized the potential for individuals to elevate themselves morally and intellectually, thereby contributing positively to society. Additionally, the concept of zongyong, the doctrine of the mean, highlights the importance of balance and moderation in Confucius's thought. According to this principle, individuals should strive for a harmonious existence by avoiding extremes and cultivating equilibrium in all aspects of life. This focus on moderation reflects a broader Confucian view that promotes stability and continuity within both personal and societal relationships. Through these core teachings, Confucius articulated a vision for a well-ordered society where virtues govern interactions among individuals. His emphasis on morality, respect for tradition, and the cultivation of personal character has laid the groundwork for countless interpretations and adaptations of Confucian thought across generations and cultures. In summarizing the core tenets of Confucian philosophy, it becomes evident that they are intimately connected. The cultivation of Ren, Li, Exi, and the ideals of the Junzi and the Zongyong are all interdependent facets of a coherent moral framework. This chapter serves to elucidate the richness of Confucian thought and prepares the reader for a deeper exploration of its influence on Chinese society and beyond. Chapter 3. The influence of Confucius on Chinese society. Confucius's teachings had a profound and lasting impact on Chinese society, shaping not only cultural norms, but also governmental and educational practices. Following his death, Confucianism evolved into a dominant ideology that influenced statecraft and social relations throughout China's history, particularly during the Han Dynasty, when it was adopted as the state philosophy. One of the most significant contributions of Confucius was his emphasis on the moral responsibilities of rulers. He argued that a ruler should act as a moral exemplar, promoting benevolence and virtue as guiding principles of governance. This belief laid the foundation for the Confucian ideal of the benevolent ruler, who would prioritize the welfare of the people over personal ambition or power. As a result, successive dynasties adopted Confucian principles as the cornerstone of their administration, implementing policies that sought to cultivate moral governance. Education, another pillar of Confucian philosophy, transformed the social landscape of China. Confucius's vision of education emphasized the cultivation of virtue and character, leading to the establishment of the civil service examination system during the Han Dynasty. This meritocratic system evaluated candidates based on their knowledge of Confucian texts and principles, opening pathways for social mobility based on merit rather than aristocratic lineage. Consequently, individuals from diverse backgrounds could aspire to government positions, fostering a more educated and literate populace. Moreover, Confucianism reinforced the importance of familial relationships and filial piety within Chinese culture. The teachings of Confucius shaped social customs that emphasized respect for elders, the significance of family hierarchy, and the obligation to honor one's parents and ancestors. These values not only fostered social cohesion, but also contributed to the stability of familial structures, ensuring the transmission of cultural traditions across generations. As Confucian thought permeated various aspects of life, it also influenced art, literature, and philosophy. The emphasis on moral integrity and the pursuit of wisdom resonated within Chinese literature, leading to the creation of works that celebrated virtuous characters and ethical dilemmas. Confucian ideals found expression in poetry, historical writing, and philosophical discourse, enriching the cultural heritage of China. Despite its deep-rooted influence, Confucianism also faced challenges, particularly during periods of upheaval such as the fall of the Ming dynasty and the rise of modernity. The emergence of Western ideologies, along with the decline of imperial rule, led to growing critiques of Confucian teachings as being outdated. Intellectuals in the early 20th century, during the May 4th movements, sought to reform Chinese society by questioning traditional values and advocating for a more modern worldview. Nevertheless, Confucianism has demonstrated remarkable resilience. In contemporary China, there has been a resurgence of interest in Confucian ideas as the nation grapples with rapid modernization and globalization. The call for a return to Confucian values echoes amid concerns about social disintegration and moral decline, suggesting that aspects of Confucius's teachings remain relevant in addressing contemporary societal issues. In conclusion, the influence of Confucius on Chinese society extends far beyond his lifetime. His philosophical principles became an integral part of the cultural fabric, shaping governance, education, and social relations. While challenges and critiques have emerged over time, the enduring legacy of Confucianism underscores its significance as a guiding force in Chinese history and continues to inspire discourse on morality and harmony in modern society. Chapter 4: Confucianism and Modern Thought. The revival of Confucian thought in contemporary discourse has sparked a significant re-examination of its relevance in an increasingly globalized world. As societies grapple with complex challenges ranging from ethical dilemmas in technology to socio-political tensions, the foundational ideas of Confucius offer valuable insights across diverse contexts. This chapter explores how Confucianism interacts with modern thought, addressing both its application and occasional misinterpretations. In contemporary philosophical discussions, Confucianism presents a unique perspective that balances individual rights with communal responsibilities. This dual emphasis resonates with current dialogues that seek to reconcile personal freedom with social harmony. For instance, in discussions surrounding ethical technology use, the Confucian principle of Ren underscores the importance of considering the impact of technology on human relationships and societal well-being. The idea that technological advancements should serve humanity rather than supersede ethical considerations finds parallels in Confucian teaching. Furthermore, Confucian thought has discovered a new audience in the context of leadership studies. The concept of the junzi, or moral leader, aligns closely with contemporary notions of ethical leadership. Leaders who embody virtues such as integrity, compassion, and humility are increasingly considered essential for effective governance and organizational success. Modern leadership theories often emphasize emotional intelligence and integrity, mirroring Confucian ideals that prioritize character over mere competence. Moreover, Confucianism's emphasis on education as a lifelong pursuit is particularly relevant today. The increasing recognition of the importance of continuous learning and adaptability in a rapidly changing job market echoes Confucius's belief in education as a means of moral and intellectual development. Educational reforms worldwide are beginning to align with the Confucian vision that seeks to cultivate not just technical skills, but also character and ethical reasoning in students. In the realm of social issues, contemporary movements advocating for social justice and community engagement resonate deeply with Confucian values. Concepts such as Li and Exiao illustrate the necessity of social etiquette and familial respect, urging individuals to engage with their communities responsibly. In this light, Confucianism encourages active participation in societal well-being, fostering environments where individuals can thrive collectively. Critics of Confucianism often argue that its hierarchical aspects promote inequalities, particularly concerning gender roles. While traditional interpretations of Confucian teachings may appear to endorse patriarchal structures, contemporary scholars advocate for a reinterpretation that emphasizes the inherent dignity of all individuals. This reconceptualization aims to align Confucian thought with modern values of equality and inclusivity, bridging traditional wisdom with progressive social movements. As globalization advances, Confucianism also intersects with various philosophical traditions. Comparative studies reveal commonalities between Confucian principles and Western ethical frameworks, notably in discussions surrounding virtue ethics. This intersection invites dialogue and collaboration, enriching understandings of morality across cultural boundaries and offering pathways for cooperative engagement on global issues. In conclusion, Confucianism's adaptation to modern thought reflects its enduring vitality and relevance. By emphasizing the interconnectedness of individuals within society, the virtues of moral leadership, and the importance of education, Confucian philosophy continues to inspire contemporary discussions. Its principles provide a framework to address ethical challenges in an evolving world while fostering respect for tradition and social cohesion. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, the wisdom of Confucius serves as a vital source of guidance, illuminating pathways towards a harmonious coexistence. Chapter 5. Case Studies: Confucius in Action. The teachings of Confucius have found practical applications in various aspects of society, serving as guiding principles for ethical conduct and governance. This chapter explores several case studies in which Confucian philosophy has been implemented, illustrating its relevance across diverse contexts and its impact on individuals and communities. One notable case study is that of the civil service examination system established during the Sui and Tang dynasties, which took inspiration from Confucian values. This system aimed to select government officials based on merit rather than birthright, promoting the ideals of the Junzi and the importance of education. By prioritizing knowledge of Confucian texts and principles, the examination system encouraged officials to embody moral integrity and wisdom in their governance. As a result, capable individuals, regardless of their social background, had the opportunity to serve, fostering meritocracy and improving the functioning of the state. Another significant application of Confucianism can be observed in the field of education, particularly in the development of pedagogical practices in East Asia. Confucius emphasized the importance of fostering character alongside intellectual development. Educational institutions in countries such as China, Korea, and Japan adopted Confucian principles, prioritizing interpersonal relationships and moral education. In these contexts, students were not only evaluated on academic performance, but also on their conduct and ethical behavior. This holistic approach to education not only shaped individual character, but also contributed to a sense of social responsibility among students. In the corporate sector, we can examine the emergence of Confucian-inspired leadership models that emphasize ethical decision-making and social responsibility. Companies in East Asia, particularly those influenced by Confucian culture, often prioritize relationship building and mutual respect in their organizational practices. These companies typically embrace hierarchical structures that blend authority with compassion, fostering loyalty and commitment among employees. By implementing Confucian values in business operations, these organizations strive to create harmonious work environments that encourage collaboration and ethical conduct. Moreover, community initiatives rooted in Confucian principles exemplify how these teachings can address modern social issues. For instance, various grassroots organizations have emerged in China and other East Asian countries, promoting volunteerism and community service. These initiatives emphasize the Confucian virtues of Ren and Exio, urging individuals to contribute to societal well-being and support those in need. The emphasis on social harmony and mutual care aligns with Confucian thought, demonstrating how philosophy can catalyze positive change in communities. Furthermore, the application of Confucian teachings in environmental ethics offers an intriguing case study. The focus on interdependence and harmony with nature resonates with contemporary discussions surrounding sustainability. The Confucian belief that humans should live in alignment with their environment underscores the moral obligation to care for the planet. This perspective encourages individuals and societies to adopt practices that promote ecological balance and stewardship, bridging ancient wisdom with modern environmental concerns. In discussing these case studies, it is essential to recognize the adaptability of Confucian teachings. The core principles of morality, respect, education, and community engagement remain relevant across varied contexts, illustrating the potential for Confucianism to guide ethical conduct in contemporary society. These applications provide a lens through which we can evaluate the enduring impact of Confucius's philosophy on various domains, emphasizing its significance in fostering harmony and ethical behavior in an ever-changing world. Chapter 6: Confucian Virtues and Their Applications. Central to Confucian philosophy are the virtues that underpin ethical behavior and harmonious relationships. This chapter delves into the core virtues espoused by Confucius, examining their definitions, implications, and applications within both personal and societal contexts. At the forefront of Confucian virtues is Ren, often translated as benevolence or humaneness. This virtue embodies the ideal of loving and caring for others, reflecting a deep commitment to empathy and altruism. In practice, Ren encourages individuals to act with kindness and understanding in their interactions, nurturing relationships built upon trust and respect. For instance, within family units, Ren prompts individuals to prioritize the well-being of family members, fostering harmonious dynamics and strengthening familial bonds. Another essential virtue in Confucian thought is yi, or righteousness. This virtue emphasizes the importance of acting justly and ethically, guided by a sense of moral duty rather than external rewards. The cultivation of yi ensures that individuals remain steadfast in their principles, even in the face of adversity. In societal contexts, this virtue underpins the idea that leaders and public officials should govern with integrity, advocating for justice and the welfare of the people above personal gain. The virtue of li represents ritual propriety, referring to the customs, manners, and ceremonies that govern social interactions. Confucius believed that adhering to proper rituals fosters respect and social harmony. In practice, li guides individuals in their behavior during social gatherings, family events, and public ceremonies. By respecting cultural traditions, individuals contribute to a sense of belonging and continuity, reinforcing the social fabric. Next, zi, or wisdom, signifies the ability to discern right from wrong and to make informed decisions. This virtue encourages critical thinking and reflection, inviting individuals to seek knowledge and understand the complexities of life. In an educational context, the cultivation of zi emphasizes the need for thoughtful inquiry and ethical reasoning, equipping individuals to navigate moral dilemmas with clarity. Additionally, xin, meaning trustworthiness, underscores the importance of honesty and reliability in relationships. Confucius posited that trust forms the basis of social interactions, enabling cooperation and fostering community. In contemporary settings, xin remains a vital virtue, as individuals and organizations strive to build reputations rooted in integrity, thereby enhancing interpersonal and professional relationships. These Confucian virtues are not isolated, but interrelated, creating a comprehensive framework for ethical living. The cultivation of one virtue often influences the development of others. For instance, practicing Ren enhances one's capacity for Yu. This interconnectedness underscores the holistic nature of Confucian thought, which advocates for the comprehensive development of character. In the modern world, these virtues find expression in various domains, including business ethics, education, and community engagement. As organizations increasingly prioritize ethical leadership and corporate social responsibility, the application of Confucian virtues can guide decision-making processes and foster a culture of accountability. Furthermore, in interpersonal relationships, the practice of Confucian virtues encourages individuals to build communities centered on respect, kindness, and mutual support. In times of social upheaval or moral uncertainty, the emphasis on these virtues can serve as a stabilizing force, promoting cohesion and harmony amidst challenges. In summary, the Confucian virtues of Ren, Yi, Li, Zi, and Xin play a pivotal role in shaping ethical conduct and fostering harmonious relationships. Their applications in various contexts reveal the enduring relevance of Confucian thought, demonstrating how these ancient teachings continue to guide individuals and societies towards moral integrity and social cohesion. Chapter 7: Criticism and Misinterpretation of Confucianism. Confucianism, while celebrated for its profound insights into ethics, governance, and interpersonal relationships, has faced significant criticism and misinterpretation throughout its history. The complexity of Confucian thought often invites diverse interpretations, some of which diverge sharply from Confucius's original intentions. This chapter aims to explore the nature of these criticisms, the contexts in which misinterpretations arose, and how they have shaped the perception of Confucius's teachings. Critics argue that Confucianism promotes a hierarchical society, potentially stifling individual freedom and perpetuating social injustices. This critique often centers around Confucius's emphasis on filial piety and social hierarchies, which some view as endorsing a rigid class system. However, proponents contend that Confucius did not advocate for inequality, but instead emphasized the importance of societal roles in maintaining harmony. They argue that the teachings are fundamentally about mutual respect and responsibility, challenging the claim that Confucianism is inherently oppressive. Additionally, during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Confucianism became a focal point for modernization debates in China. Intellectuals like Liang Qichao and Chen Duxiu criticized traditional Confucian values, arguing they hindered China's ability to compete with Western nations. They asserted that the emphasis on harmony and stability suppressed necessary reform and innovation. This critique led to a movement known as the New Culture Movement, which sought to replace Confucian ideals with modern democratic and scientific values. In this context, Confucius's teachings were often caricatured as antiquated and obstructive to progress. Understanding these criticisms requires an appreciation of the varying historical and socio-political contexts in which Confucianism was examined. For instance, the Cultural Revolution in China, 1966–1976, saw a ruthless rejection of Confucian ideals, labeled as symbols of feudalism. These condemnations were often devoid of nuanced understanding, caricaturing Confucianism as a monolithic and anti-progressive force, while ignoring its rich philosophical discourse, promoting moral governance and civic responsibility. Misinterpretations also stem from differences in cultural and philosophical contexts. In the West, Confucianism has sometimes been simplistically characterized as a rigidly hierarchical and collectivist ideology. Such interpretations fail to grasp the emphasis Confucius placed on moral self-cultivation, the importance of context in ethical behavior, and the dynamic nature of personal relationships as described in the Analects. Consequently, the richness of Confucian literature often gets overshadowed by simplistic readings that overlook its depth and flexibility. Furthermore, the global resurgence of interest in Confucianism has led to a revival of both legitimate study and exploitative appropriations. Various groups have adopted Confucian ideals to justify a plethora of contemporary agendas, sometimes stripping these teachings of their original meanings. This appropriation can mislead audiences who may presume that modern applications are aligned with Confucius's philosophy, when in fact they may promote contradicting values. Lastly, it is imperative to revisit these criticisms and misinterpretations with a critical lens and an open mind. The evolution of Confucian thought demonstrates its adaptability and resilience, and while critiques can highlight its limitations, they should also foster engagement with Confucius's teachings in a contemporary context. Exploring how Confucian ideals can inform ethical leadership, community solidarity, and personal integrity remains relevant to addressing modern societal challenges. Chapter 8. The Legacy of Confucius, a Global Perspective. Confucius's influence extends far beyond the bounds of Chinese society, resonating around the globe and prompting a re-evaluation of moral philosophy and ethical governance in various cultures. As we reflect on the legacy of Confucius, this chapter seeks to explore how his ideas have traversed geographic boundaries, inspired social movements, and influenced philosophical discourse worldwide. Confucian thought has historically shaped East Asian cultures, with significant adaptations in Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. In these regions, Confucius's ideas helped to establish societal norms and governmental structures emphasizing harmony, morality, and education. For example, in Korea, Confucianism became a state ideology during the Joseon dynasty, fostering a societal framework that prioritized academic merit and ethical leadership. This legacy still influences contemporary South Korean society, where Confucian values are reflected in social behaviors and familial structures. In Japan, Confucian values were integrated into the samurai code, influencing notions of loyalty, honor, and duty. The Tokugawa shogunate utilized Confucian principles to justify its governance, which emphasized peace and stability through moral leadership. The impact of Confucius's teachings persists in modern Japanese society, where respect for authority and a strong emphasis on education remain central cultural tenets. However, Confucianism's legacy is not limited to East Asia. In the West, scholars and philosophers have turned to Confucius's writings to address contemporary moral dilemmas. The rise of comparative philosophy has prompted increased interest in Confucian thought, especially regarding notions of ethics, social responsibility, and governance. Thinkers such as Roger T. Ames and David L. Hall have bridged Eastern and Western philosophies, illustrating how Confucianism can enrich discussions on ethics and civic virtue in democratic societies. Additionally, Confucius's teachings have found resonance in leadership discourses, notably in business and political contexts. The principles of moral leadership and ethical governance advocated by Confucius are increasingly deemed vital for addressing contemporary challenges such as corruption, inequality, and environmental sustainability. Various organizations and institutions have incorporated Confucian ideals into their frameworks, fostering a sense of corporate social responsibility aligned with the virtues of benevolence, righteousness, and propriety. Furthermore, educational systems globally are gradually recognizing the value of Confucian teachings in shaping character education. The emphasis Confucius placed on the cultivation of moral virtues provides a framework for fostering ethical behavior among students, promoting values such as respect, integrity, and responsibility. In this context, Confucius emerges not only as a historical figure, but as a relevant source of guidance for contemporary educational practices. As the world increasingly seeks collaborative and ethical frameworks for addressing global challenges, engaging with Confucian thought can illuminate paths toward greater harmony in interpersonal and international relations. The ideas of mutual respect, empathy, and ethical governance underpin many initiatives aimed at fostering understanding and cooperation among diverse cultures. In conclusion, the legacy of Confucius endures as a testament to the timeless relevance of his teachings. As societies navigate the complexities of modern existence, the insights offered by Confucius provide foundational principles for ethical behavior and civic engagement. By embracing a global perspective on Confucian thought, we can continue to cultivate a culture of wisdom, compassion, and harmony that resonates with the ideals of our contemporary world. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.